Hello, this is Perkunas, the Catalyst. This is a chapter of the Universal Garden, and this is a segment called Connection at its Best. And a shift happens, I know. And check out the street names in here. Follow that dream, follow that instinct. I make a close video of that. It has been this is the last day. They are burning the temple over there tonight, which is the letting go of the stagnation, the letting go of the past, the letting go, the saying goodbye to the people that you love. We may not be able to see it unless we stay, we'll see. But what a better place, honestly, to when people gather and they have the intention to connect between each other. I think I couldn't pick better place to do these videos because this is all about connection for me particularly. Many people come with different ideas of what Burning Man is. You can see the principles. Some people just want to experience community. Some people want to leave no trace, but they do leave trace. It's a lot of waste that happen here. If you've been listening to me, I planning to organize events around the world where people create community gardens. But I have the intention to create it like as zero waste as possible. We actually create more oxygen than we consume. Creating community gardens and not having packaged products because everybody brings food in here and there's a lot of waste after that. What about if there's food already that it's just straight from nature, water from the spring and food from the farms around, and then we create more farms and we create this beautiful menu for people to consume and compost facilities so there's no waste and there's more as it should be, as actually every human being should be living that way. In more accordance to the way how nature does. The fruits grow, you pick it up and eat it. There's no waste. The skins of the fruits go back to the land and becomes nutrition for the land. Your waste, it becomes nutrition for the land because you are not toxic inside. You start eating more raw foods, you cook less, and you feel more energized. You need to eat less when your body becomes more efficient and you consume less. And we live in a consuming society where people driven by greed, they don't appreciate the magnificence that they have. That's why they tear down the forests and put communities. They tear down magic and they put parking lots and malls. This is the way we live right now. We gotta see it, not to complain about it, just see it if this is what you want. If you think like making money is gonna make you happy, yeah, you are far away from a connection between yourself and discovering the beauty and the happiness, pure happiness that you're gonna get out of the dance of beauty and wisdom that nature generates. As these magical mountains that you see, we are surrounded by mountains. I see this ancient dry lake here in Black Rock City. And it's just because it was raining the last few days and there's no dust right now, so it's just unique perspective to see this land. There's a party going on there, so today is Monday. Yesterday was the man burn, as you might see in the videos. It's just like breathtaking. I never see fireworks like that, not even for New Year's, not even for Independence Day. Those are incredible. Besides, it's 80,000 people surrounding the man and feeling excited for every single spark of light that comes out of it. And the combination of a whole week of experiences and desires fulfill and not fulfill, and a release of situations, release of stagnant energy. And it's beautiful. It is beautiful. What a better place to talk about connection as its best when people is completely coming for the idea of connect. I met like incredible individuals, so many, and I share so much love, and you just walk around. I was mentioning before, not every place carry that energy. Not every place, sometimes you see like there's a consumption of substances here. I don't think that's an organic way to go, a sustainable neither, because that's not a happiness that prevails. Besides, it's like I mentioned before, eating processed foods or like having supplements or having anabolics to build muscles is just temporary, but it doesn't stay. That's why, look, I haven't been working out in 5 months, and I just did 3 times I went to the gym before coming here, and I really like my muscle structure is pretty good for just 3 days going to the gym. Or going to the gym or just exercising. I don't even go to a gym actually. I don't go to gyms. I don't like repetitive things. I like variety. I like variety of movements as I like variety in the things that I eat, as I like variety in the experiences that I have, in the people I meet. Why not? This world is about variety. Variety is how you create better connections. You submerge into variety and you expand your branches, your imagination, your comprehension about humanity becomes expansive, your comprehension about yourself. You know better yourself when you expose yourself to variety, and this reality has so much of plenty of it. As I mentioned before, again, this is the Universal Garden. This is for those that are already in a good place and want to take it to the next level, let's say. I know, the next level. Let's move location a little bit. Let's see if this works. Let's see if this works. Yeah. You see that sign? Follow that dream. That's the direction. And follow that instinct. Your inner guidance. Right? Let me move this a little bit. There you go. Ooh, hello. Yeah. There's no much horizon. It's simple. It is simple. Oh, there's another sign there. Oh. Wow, what a perfect, look at this, because it was raining for 2 days. I didn't know there was a sign behind this sign. Maybe the rain reminds us why the rain was so necessary. For those countries where there is so much rain. And I know many Nordic people, many people from Europe or colder places or northern countries where there is a lot of rain and there's a few of sunshine. I'm just gonna move around. What do you think? Connection is more important than knowledge. I have a podcast about it. Hi, how are you? I'm making a video.
What are you making a video of?
About connection at its best. It's called.
Connection of what?
At its best.
Oh.
And what a better place to do it than here, right?
Yeah, it's a great spot. What is this little building?
I have no idea. I think they are covering no, they said to cover a generator.
Oh, I'm going to
Happy burn.
Thank you.
See ya.
Are you talking to people on your video?
No, it's a recording.
You? Okay, great.
Yes. That's the temple. We had to do a little relocation because they're breaking things down, and that is one of the basically the last structure that they burn, a Burning Man. When you see the beauty of this place, that you're gonna see. Briefly took a video because you gotta show your respect when you go to places where people is praying and meditating and feeling, letting go of the sorrow, letting go of the grief. And it's the last structure that is burning here as fire, as it represents new beginnings. We're talking about the Universal Garden. This is Perkunas Catalyst. We are still in the segment of connection at its best. And if we're gonna talk about connection briefly, we're gonna talk about disconnection, as connection is more important than knowledge. Disconnection is like, it sounds silly. I wouldn't say ignorance because nobody is really ignorant. We might use that word sometimes, but we all are part of this wonderful nature universe, godlike creation that you want to call it, however you want to call it, and we are infinite all of us, absolutely all of us. All of us have the capacity to express wonderful things, create wonderful things. We all have that capacity. If we are not doing it, it's because we've been conditioned. And we fall for that conditioning. That's why you sign up when you came as a human being, to be, in a sense, limited, to break through and express a version of yourself which is the best. Or no, just to experience being a human, which is a tough game. Let's say you're a god, okay? Whatever you consider as God, then nature, I am nature, and I know everything that needs to be known in this universe. I can create planets, send it into orbit. I can create galaxies, okay? And then my consciousness, part of me, decide to be a human being, and we come into this reality in which we are the masters of limitations, and we compose life, and we expand. As we expand, our broader perspective also expands as we think the universe expands. So being human is a tough game, and being in a state of connection is fantastic, but most of the time, most of us, we are in a state of disconnection, and even myself, sometimes I am there. Not all the time I'm as self-expressive, in a good place. Like at the beginning of this burn, I got upset for a moment. Just was for a moment. We had a tough master with us that gave us a little bit of contrast, but suddenly just it changed into love and acceptance, and to me it was just incredible. Maybe for a couple, and one of my team members wasn't. Still, it's a conflicting situation, but to me it was just I love the human. When you love humans, when you love those that give you contrast, it's so easy to shift into a different direction. Actually, it's to shift into understanding and enjoying the moment. So disconnection is like you're not catching the signals. Disconnection is your radio signals are low, you're not catching the cell phone signals, you're not getting the messages, you're not reaching out. You're like isolating to your bubble of negativity or your bubble of stressfulness, and you are not able to reach the outside world out of that bubble. That's what disconnection does. The connection between your organs, every cell of your body knows that if you're in a state of vibrancy, harmony, balance, and alignment, every cell of your body knows if you're in a state of depression, conflict, disconnection. The signals between each cell are not like the most efficient. Then if you consistently do this for a long time, it's just mathematics. You're going to start becoming degrading, and your body is going to become part of nature. Your body will become part of this compost for other things to grow on top of it, and your essence will become something else, or will come back to your essence, to your broader perspective. So I see there's no end on things. It's just an ongoing transformation. There's no death. But if you're in a state of degradation, have the knowing that you have the ability, and you know already because you already saw the first chapters of this sharing when I talk about alignment and general well-being. You're always in a place to keep forward and expand a new version of yourself and feel better. The only thing that you need to do in order to recover from anything is breathing. If you're able to breathe, even those like machines, they have recovered and have a plentiful life. Yeah. In a sense, you just need to exist in order to just thrive. You have the willing to do it if you have the desire. If you have a desire, if you have a dream, even better. If you have a purpose in life, much better. If you have a feeling emotion that you want to nourish, much better. Connection is one of my favorite subjects. I have a podcast called Says for Life. I haven't put much in there, to be honest, but maybe this could become a podcast. I could add each video sound of it. I just thought about it. Why not? I am who I am. Let's finish. Oh my God, this is the end. No, this is not the end. But this is almost the last, because I already recorded the last one, which is about celebration. It happens to happen organically with this guy that was celebrating his silver weddings, I say 25 years coming to Burning Man since the 90s. And he did an interview to us, asking us what do you think about Burning Man. And I just say celebration, so I give my briefly opinion. I was with the Lion and Steve that you're going to see, one of my camp mates, and wonderful. I have reached, and I'm gonna be doing this for the rest of my life because I have been enjoying the self-expression. I have been enjoying the channeling that comes through me. My vibration is adapted to it. Back in the time, if I will be channeling this, I will feel exhausted. Now it's part of me. Now it's part of me wherever this is coming from. Higher Perkunas perspective or lower or whatever, it makes no sense for you. For one of you will be enchanted, for one of you will be like, what the heck is with this guy? For one of you will say, I know all that, but I'm happy if you know all this. It means I am a reminder. Nothing that I have expressed in all these videos is new in a sense. Maybe it might sound new, but everything, every thought that has ever been thought still exists. Every thought, every imagination, everything that you imagine exists in this universe somewhere, for more ridiculous that it seems to be. This camera, I always forget. Isn't that quite fascinating? Every thought that I have ever been thought still exists. Everything that you imagine is a reality somewhere in this universe. And places to remind you that, or to think about that, what a better place to when 100,000 people come with the idea to experiencing something new, to connect, to unite, to do things in community, even though it's not the perfect conditions, even though there's a lot of, they say, no practical ways to behave. But it still happens, and the energy is important. The energy is important. Might be a lot of pollution happening here when people come. Also, they generate pollution at home as well. But the energy of connection, the energy that is generated in spaces like these, expand in such a beautiful form, because when a few people connect into a space of vibrancy that radiates strongly, can change the shift of this humanity. One man can become a forest. Once I talk about this guy, Payan from India, that he by himself transformed a wasteland in India into a forest. Imagine 2 people, what they could do. Amplify is much more. 3 people, just 3 people, you have the same purpose, have the same idea, and create something together. Unity, that's the best. Connection is unity. Connection is your heart. Connection is the love for your connection is the love for this reality. Learn to appreciate this reality, learn to be one with it. This is Perkunas, the catalyst. This was a chapter about connection at its best. And I'm sorry, the segment. This was the segment of connection at its best, the chapter of the universal language. This is my finishing. Sharing of this epic journey, which will never end. And I'll see you soon in the next chapter, which I haven't decided which one will be. But after the 5th chapter is when I'm gonna start sharing this. Yeah, nobody really has seen any of the videos that I have recorded yet, except some of my very close friends that are helping me to manage the marketing or things like that. So I am one between myself and never separated from this reality, from this beautiful, gorgeous nature that I'm breathing. I am one between myself in this moment. I recognize that I am an energy being, and my essence have the ability to thrive in any circumstances. I remember who I am, I remember my purpose, and I remember that I'm here for a reason, and the reason is wonderfulness. This is Perkunas, the catalyst, and I'll see you in the next chapter.